Hello, hello, welcome in Ash, welcome. Hello, Inside Outski, welcome. Sorry for the long starting soon screen. I was distracted. I actually started stream a little late because I was chatting with my roommate Storm about love and deep space, and I was asking her a few more questions about like some of the features and like the weeklies, because it's like all still very confusing. And I didn't want to like miss anything that I could like get to in the next week, because I don't want to, you know, like I'm trying to make up for lost time as it is. I want to make sure I complete all the weeklies that I can. So that I'm not even further behind. Okay, so today we are doing some of the devil, and we are getting into round 2 of investigation, it seems like. Thank you for the postcard, it was so cute, and now propped up on my bookshelf. Of course, Ash, thank you so much for being a part of the stamp card rally. I really appreciate it. I hope that it brings you joy when you look at it, because it certainly brings me joy to look at the design, and I think the artist did such a great job. I'm glad that yours didn't get damaged. Luckily, people that I've reached out to have said like, oh, it looks good. There have been a few, obviously, like shows that showed up not so great, and I'm wondering like what it could have been, because show said that the wax seal was still in the envelope, so I'm wondering if maybe there was just like a whoopsie at the processing facility, and like maybe when the mail got sorted, like a corner of it stuck and then it got ripped by the machine. Not sure. I've just had to resend a few, so I know that that is a problem, which is why I was like super insistent on checking in with people like, oh, did your postcard arrive okay? Does it look good? I just want to make sure that it's not, you know, damaged, because if it is, I am gonna like send out a new one for people. Alright, we are gonna do some voice acting today, so hopefully my voice is up for it. Let me see here. Count. Mine had a hole in the top of the envelope, but nothing was damaged, so I don't know if someone opened it to look inside or if it was just transit problems, but the card was perfect. Did you have a wax seal in it? Maybe the person took the wax seal out. And if they didn't, then I don't know. If they didn't, I really don't know, like, oh, it did. Okay, I really don't know why, like, there's been problems. It was still inside? That's just the weirdest thing. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, like, what's going on with that. But I'm very glad that, it arrived safe and sound. So many people have had theirs arrive safe, but like weirdly torn in a corner. Shino's was the most egregious rip that I saw, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, let me send it right back to you, like a new one. But I have heard from other people that like show, you know, like a small corner came off, and that's not cool, you know. I know that like you guys are also collecting this because it's a cute piece of art, and I want to make sure that you guys are able to enjoy the art that I paid money for, you know. I paid money for that. Okay. Honey, can you go to your bed? Go to your bed. Good boy. I know, good boy. Good boy. Here, I will give you a... I put the treat bag so far. 1 second. I will give Hermes a treat for being such a polite boy and listening to mommy. Okay, bud. Ready for your treat? Yeah? You ready for your treat? Mm-hmm. Who's a good boy? Is it Hermes? Is Hermes a good boy? I love his little tail wag. It's so cute. Okay, get it. Good boy. Okay. The boy has been fed. And now we shall continue with Of the Devil. And let me mute this. He's so cute. I know. He's my baby boy. He's the cutest. Aren't you just the cutest? Yes. Yes, you are. The cutest. The cutest baby in all the land. That's you. Yes, Hermes. Yes. Yeah, but... Yeah. Good boy. Here to say hi and give a treat to Hermes. Welcome in, Megan. Oh my goodness. I assume you're an auntie. Let me know if you're an uncle instead, but I assume you're an auntie. I will give Hermes a treat in your name, Megan. Thank you so much for swinging by. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday already. We are one more day left until the weekend. I'm a girl, yes. Okay. A treat for Hermes from Auntie Megan. Auntie Meg's treat. Yes, for Hermes. Get it. Good boy. There you go. Good boy, Hermes. Okay, no more. No more treats. Crazy being Thursday, I thought it was Monday. Dude, yesterday I got off work and I was like, oh, I can't wait for Friday. And then I thought about it again. I was like, it's not Friday. I can't pack up my laptop and work from home tomorrow. Ooh, problem. I forgot. Oh, I should look at the timestamp. 15, 20... I like started saving these in random spots. Shoot. 2054 is the latest time slot. So I think this is the right save. Okay. Morning, detective. Back at it, nice and early. Hi. Now, would you stand back? We've almost got this thing open, right? Trying to brute force your way inside? I said, right? Yes, ma'am. We're almost set up for the first stage now. First stage? Of how many? First of 5 timed explosions. Remember, we need to relink the API after each trigger is planted. Yep, just did that. And now it's checking for updates. No rush. Would you like to know the password? You know the password? There's a password? If you're withholding information, I swear. Relax. I want to get in there just as much as you do, detective. I'm not going to play games. As long as you say please. Tell me the password. Please. Oh gosh, I don't know. Save? Let's save at the top. Yeah, we're number 1. We'll save here. Yes, we'll start overwriting from the page 1 again. Toy with her. It's S-U-N-S. S-U-N-S. H-I-N-E. Lady, I will hit you. A-D-O-N-A-I. Thanks. Now I'm gonna slap you with a discovery fine so heavy your teeth will ring for... Hey, I submitted all my paperwork, even told Rockford the password myself. So, boys, when I asked you if there was a passkey on record and you told me this lock couldn't be bypassed, I do want to say that we really don't get many opportunities to use the incendiary breaching system, so this was still a really valuable experience for all of us. I'm going to phrase this as professionally as possible. You're still here? I thought you wanted to look inside. You can go first. Thanks. So, the gloves. All the black. That's not a work thing. You dress like a doorman on the weekends, too? Val, it's your birthday! 1 second. Let me turn this off so we don't have a weird, like, brrr in the background when I sing you your birthday song. Can everyone please join me in wishing Val the happiest of birthdays? Okay? Where's the thing? Don't tell me I didn't turn it back on. 1 second. I need to turn back on the redeem that lets me pop confetti. Uno momento, s'il vous plaît. It would be under viewer rewards, power-ups, and channel points. And it would be... Oh, there's the fetch that I forgot to turn on. And pie. And confetti. Gotta make sure it's there when I sing the birthday song. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's wish Val a happy birthday. Everybody sing along at home. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Val. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Val. Thank you for redeeming. It's my birthday. Is today your birthday, or is it like a different day? Thanks for coming by and redeeming your birthday song. I do have a scene for it. It's why I put it there in the first place, is so that I could use a cute little birthday scene for people who redeem it. Okay. I'm gonna open this up. Why is this program... Quit this program. I don't need it to run every time I open up my computer. Okay, cool. Move this over. And back to the game. But let me know, is it today your birthday, or is it like a day around today? And what cool thing are you doing for your birthday? Or have you done if it's already passed? So cute. Thank you. Of course. Of course. Thank you for coming by and redeeming it. Oh, it's today. Well, it might not be today where you're at because of time zone, but but it's today here in the US. All right. Thank you for letting me know. Birthday logged. It's there on my calendar. A lot of January birthdays, actually. All right, back to the game. Welcome in, by the way, Val. Hope you've been having a good day today. You should cover your mouth when you yawn. Like you cover your eye when you want to look cool. I shouldn't let her get to me, but I had a late night. Emma and I were at the courthouse until well into the morning, poring over the data Serra had taken off David's computer. We both knew it was all to be inadmissible, of course, but neither of us wanted to miss a hint that the other might find. There were a few years' worth of camera footage files we couldn't afford the time to watch, let alone decrypt. Alongside thousands of technical documents detailing David's various intellectual properties. As far as I could tell, none of it was relevant, let alone compelling enough to matter to Barrows or the other powers that be. As usual, Emma wasn't exactly an open book. But it did seem like she was making bored yawns, not thoughtful ones. Her eyes only ever lit up when she saw Serra enter the panic room. Basement footage. Footage recovered from cameras David Usher secretly installed in his basement shows Serra handing David the red plastic cups that he and Jung would drink from at 7:38. And when she saw what she was holding when she left. If she wanted this room searched, it could only be for... So, where's this journal supposed to be? Rockford didn't say. I'll just have to search the place top to bottom. Mostly bottom with your height, the tops of some of these shelves. Sure, and you can look up your own I get it. Then why not just let me say it? Reyes is searching the cabinets now, same ones I found Sarah's papers in. I doubt I missed anything, but hey, what are you... Do you mind? Just trying to help. I've got spam in my junk folder that's more helpful than you are. Didn't spot anything that I missed yesterday among the cabinets. Better check elsewhere. Read. This data pad, it's displaying a news article from last week. Guess that confirms that he was coming and going here fairly regularly. Right to Repair loses latest appeal. A higher court judge this week shot down for the 5th time an appeal by the Consumer Rights Alliance on their famously divisive Right to Repair lawsuit, once again signaling to the state's intent that corporations remain in control of their legally protected intellectual property. Obviously, we're disappointed, said Miles Erkman, head of legal counsel for the CRA, but we've no intention of giving up the fight. People used to be able to fix things when they broke, so long as they were willing to set aside an afternoon towards the task. Now, trying to patch up your own property with your own tools is a finable offense, just because the state has had lobbyists whispering in their ear for far too long. Erkman's legal strategy remains contentious and, in the eyes of most legal scholars, generally unfounded. The Emergency Industry Acquisitions Act, passed in 2057, guarantees the holder of an intellectual property patent certain state-provided protections against tampering and reproduction and outlines fees for those who would violate said IP. The fact that ownership of IPs has shifted from individuals and the state toward corporate entities since the Act's passing means little in the eyes of the law. If Mr. Erkman and the CRA have a problem with intellectual property law, they should take it up with their representatives in the legislature. The higher courts are a place for laws to be applied, not rewritten, and so long as journalism that refuses to buckle to foreign actors trying to stoke anti-capitalist sentiment can't be found just anywhere. Subscribe now at the link below to read articles like this every day, forever, as long as your card remains on file. Right to Repair. Didn't realize anyone was still fighting that particular fight. Okay, that's just the article. Seems like the courts have made their opinion on the matter very clear. So for the foreseeable future, corporations can look forward to more, I don't know, sales? Lawsuits. The consumer advocate groups and disgruntled customers will keep fighting them in the courts, the total expenses for which don't amount to much compared to the extra sales they'll earn. Megs will take that trade any day. They'd rather see their products in a landfill and their customers mad enough to pop a vein than leave money on the table. I don't know if that meant anything for me. Check! The Canadian Revenue Agency? Huh, I didn't know they covered this stuff. Are these drawers or just panels? Maybe if I... Does that sound hollow to you? What? I don't know. I'm not a carpenter. I don't see any handles anywhere. No hidden pressure plates or switches. What the hell am I saying? I'm not a carpenter either. I wouldn't recognize a secret button if it was slathered in yellow paint. The yellow paint trick. Where is there? Oh, inspect. A toy car? No, it's too detailed and boring. Must be some kind of model kit or replica. Strange. David didn't like driving. Why keep a model of some random sports car? Ugh. Something caught in your throat, detective? It's not some random sports car. It's a Lorenz Adamant. Believe it or not, I'm not familiar, detective. The last great fossil fuel automotive experience the world will ever see. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.43 seconds. They set those records without computational assistance. Is that a big deal? It was unheard of even back in the 50s. This wasn't some design competition test car with a 2-liter tank, mind you. This was a vehicle you could own and drive. Human engineering, pure horsepower, and manual transmission, thank God. When they first left the production line, this conversation's like quicksand, killing me in the most boring way possible. Yes, well, I guess David didn't entirely agree with you since we're looking at a model of it when he could have easily have just bought one. Or maybe your friend understood that a beauty like that deserves to be driven on streets where people can see it, instead of gathering dust in some rich guy's basement. I think she's actually upset. Sarah should have pulled everything of note off the computer, but... Beetle Ian, welcome in. Missed the Jump King stream, but at least I got your Splat keychain in the mail. What do you mean? It's sleeping! It's Sleeping Princess. Do you like it? I'm so glad you got it. I'm glad that it arrived safely. Thank you for letting me know, Beetle Ian. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. All the cool people have their birthdays in January. Punfully intended. I see. But welcome in, Beetle Ian. And thank you so much for the resubscribe. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. 3 years, 36 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I was seeing the Lion King play instead of stream. How was it? Was it good? Was it, you mean like a play at your local theater? Interesting. What are you expecting to find? Solitaire? Does this computer seem normal to you? Exceedingly so, yeah. Why? David was a programmer, but this looks consumer grade, fresh off the shelf. Would the Dr. David Asher use a bog standard operating system on his most private hidden computer? There's a trash bin on the desktop. It's a pretty low-tech solution, but maybe I can restore the contents. Are you seriously gonna try and recover lost files, Granny? Unlike cops, I don't get paid overtime. So yes, I sometimes try things instead of standing around. There's a text file in here, but it's 0 bytes? Maybe there's information in the metadata? I double-clicked. What was that? It came from under the desk. A small drawer popped out, and inside, a well-worn journal. Does it have his name on it? No. Guess it belongs to the android. Do you recognize his handwriting or not? It's a great show. I've seen it several times. I see. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you were able to be a little bit more cultured this week. It's okay. We didn't get very far. We made it like, I think 3 screens in the second area. So honestly, it's gonna be slow going. The progress is so hard. The map is so difficult. So you'll see more of it, I'm sure, the next time you pop in. Neat, even words, small lettering with minimal punctuation, lots of line breaks, haphazard use of capitalization, the penmanship of a coder. First entries dated back in grad school, before he even started with Noble. Yeah, it's his. Show may I? Only because you asked so politely. Full scan. Stream it to WorkNet. High fidelity. Legibility. Frame by frame. Voice commands? She's flipping through the pages pretty damn fast. What are you? This part takes concentration. Oh, I see. Okay, here. What, you're just giving it to me? Ty already got our copy. Techs are probably already analyzing it as we speak. Oh shit, my head! Can't exactly rip the journal out of her hands while she's curled over in agony. As much as I'd enjoy it. Guess I could always enjoy watching her write instead. So, how long's it been? 2 months or so. And still that sensitive. So the eye patch really doesn't block your sight. Only a little bit, like wearing sunglasses after getting your pupils dilated. Except it lasts months instead of hours. Wait, but if you can see through an eye patch, then does closing your eye even do anything? Not much on its own, but in combination with the patch, it's not so bad. Lucky I was so exhausted after the surgery. Otherwise, I might not have slept at all those first 48. So, is your eye going to get weaker over time? No, more like my brain gets better at ignoring it. Mind over matter. Soon enough, I'll be able to close my eye and see all that extraneous data as, you know, whatever the hell those floaty blurry things are that you never think about. Gross. Thanks for the reminder. And the voice commands? Training wheels, until I can do it with eye muscles alone. You just have to keep practicing? Yeah, like trying to play piano with your tailbone muscles. There's no such thing as tailbone muscles. 36 minutes late, fake fan! No, you're all good. Welcome in, Duo. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, well, that's what makes it so goddamn hard. You don't ever regret it? I don't know. Not really. I think. Hard to admit you've got buyer's remorse after trading over your literal pound of flesh. Never thought about it, but people used to say I had my dad's eyes. Ow. Now I've got one less of them. Here, take your journal, and go find an elective surgeon to upsell you if you're that curious. I need to get back to work. Was watching The Princess and the Frog with the kids. Disney needs to go back to old school animation. I love Disney's old school animation. Like the cute, you know, like 3D style that they've been doing for like Frozen and Moana. It's like, you know, new Disney and it's cute and all, but I prefer much more classically animated like princess movies like you know, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. Princess and the Frog was really cute as well. I really enjoyed it. What's like a recent one that they did? Because like all the ones that I can think of, like Brave and Rapunzel were also the 3D. It was my first time seeing it. My middle kid had the makings of a theater kid. That's so cute. Are you feeling better, by the way, as well? A surprisingly hasty retreat. Why did it take till Has-Been Hotel for me to see Keith David in another, animated musical? Who is Keith David? I'm not sure. But welcome in, Televised Revolting. How are you? Still kind of bedridden? Oh, I'm sorry, Duo. I have been enjoying... I did watch the, like, second season of Has-Been. Thought it was okay. Dr. Facile was Keith David. His voice is so iconic. I also don't know Dr. Facile. Can we wait? You mean like in the thing? Hold on. I have to look now. Keith David. Oh, he was the okay. I see. The Shadow Man. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see. Is he? Let me see. What character is he in Has Been? I would like to know. Husk. Okay, of course. Of course he's Husk. He's also the president in Rick and Morty. I have not watched Rick and Morty. Let me see. What's another show/movie that I recognize on this list of shows and movies? So far, nothing. I don't watch any of these. God, I like never. This is like really showing me how little TV and movies I go watch because I don't recognize. I'm at like 2020 and I don't recognize anything. He's like the best B actor, one half of the greatest street fight in cinematic history. Also Spawn from Spawn. Interesting. I don't recognize. I haven't seen any of these. I see SpongeBob, but that's not like I haven't seen that episode. That's like a more recent season. Adventure Time, but I didn't get that far. He voiced Flame King in Adventure Time. I don't think I got that far. What else? Dude, I need to like maybe spend more time watching media. I have no free time, you guys. I don't have time at all to watch media. Anyways, okay. Sorry. Welcome in, by the way. Hello, hello. Let's continue. But now I'm free to read this over with some privacy. He was in Adventure Time. We saw that series last year. Yeah, he was Flame King from the top then. Grad school. Today was a bad day. Errors in line 21165 to 26643. Somewhere in there. 5,000 lines. It worked this morning, yesterday. I don't want to look at another screen for the rest of my life. Feels nice to put pencil to paper again after who knows how long. But my handwriting's gotten terrible. I only know Keith David from Princess and the Frog and has been too. Didn't know he was so beloved. Welcome in, show. Oh my goodness. Does everybody know except for me, I guess? This is too far back to be relevant. Okay, these dates here would be from when he started his career with Noble. A lot of this isn't even really writing. Seems like snippets of code or an internal monologue so close to code that I can't follow it. And a lot of entries about his unintentional Casanovaing. Hit a wall because someone thought it was a good idea to steal API instead of just buying it. Helen says I can't call it stealing, but that's what it is. She's right, as she always is with company stuff, but it's still idiotic. Small people with short sight who only know how to be cheap and have no idea how to be inventive. New route for the meshing issue, though. Good potential. Got approval from the big mean bastard who lives overseas. Bumblo? Helen said we'll have to make the same pitch a dozen more times this week, but it's all for show? Fine by me, already got our win. Toasted each other over cheap vodka and with cheaper office supply cups. He also played Keith David in Saints Row 4 as himself as the vice president. Interesting! Dude, when you can like just like cameo in a game, that's when you know you've made it. He's in a ton of video games too. Big role in Halo and Mass Effect. Forgot about the game. What a fever dream. I want to be in a video game one day. That would be so cool. Keith David is down for everything. He's great. I'd be down for everything. Hire me! I'm just kidding. I maybe need to get better before I get hired. This is the story Jung told me. Western Branch's nerve analogs are finally showing potential. At their pace, it could even be profitable sometime before the heat death of the universe. Too damn big. Practically tentacles should at least be hairs. A squid evolution can do their job better. Not just cameo, he was a key character! Oh my gosh, and a party member as himself. That's so cool. Princess Rosca as Keith David. Oh yeah, let me just voice someone else who is actually a human being that exists in real life. Colette came into work for what I thought was a late lunch date. I didn't know her voice could get that loud. People were staring. Red said that she must have been upset for a long goddamn time to blow up that big. Her texts were always sweet. I had no idea. Upset? Colette wrote man whore in lipstick across your office door. Imagine if you had actually been cheating on her instead of just being forgetful. The thing about Red is if you want to know what she's thinking, you have to stop paying attention. Ignore her body language and her posture and the words she's saying and the smirk on her lips. Ignore everything except her eyes. If you can do that, every now and then you'll catch a glimpse of how she's really feeling. Master this one weird trick and you too can tell when Morgan's trying really hard not to laugh at the word man whore. I missed this for 3 streams in a row, Angry Pie, and it may not even work. I see how it is. Wait, I didn't change anything. Let me go look. Hold on. Why isn't it working? It should work. Pie drop. Edit. Pie drop. It should work. Why isn't it working? I don't know. Great question. I don't know why it's not working. I will go to a store and buy a pie myself if I must. Let me see. Maybe if I go into let me see, maybe I was moving some stuff around for Warudo. I don't think it would be that, but maybe it was. Props. I mean, resources? No. User item? Food item? Oh, okay. I think it's because I maybe accidentally took out the items. But... data... assets... props... okay. I don't know if this... Okay. We're just gonna put all of this in and see if that does anything. Skip. And then we'll do this one. And for this purpose, whipped cream. For any other purpose, all pie suffice. Like you could go weird and do shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie with 3rd-degree burns or chicken pot pie. We're weaponizing pie. Okay, 1 second. Let me test. Because that would be sad if it didn't work. Okay, sorry. It's back. We're good. I messed around when I was moving stuff in and out of Waterdo. It didn't even work, my test. So... there you go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, alright. Okay, everybody. Alright. Guys, can we stop with the pies already? Why is the pie burnt? No, it's nice and crispy. Look, it's nice and crispy pie. You know it was going to happen. Also, thank you, Princess. You're welcome. We fixed it. If I don't do things on stream with you guys, it's never gonna get done. After stream wraps up, I'm literally running to the next thing I have on my schedule. I like to keep myself too busy. I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, I literally have no time. Thank you for the hydrate. I was thinking about it, I was like, literally, I do not have enough time in the day between too busy with love? No, duo. Literally between my full-time job and then streaming and then recording and editing and then trying to fit in music and violin practice, I legitimately have no time. And then there are some weekends where I'm free and then it starts to fill up with collabs that people contact me for. Because obviously me and Shino and the other Shadowfang girls have another collab this weekend. And then, oh my gosh, wait, I forgot to tell you guys. So today, Han messaged me. She was like, how are you liking lads? And I was like, it was really good. I really liked it. And hold on, I have to share with you guys our like message chain. It was so funny. So I was messaging her and we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty like into it, pretty obsessed right now. And let me see, what did she say? Um, oh, I asked her to add me. Thank you for all the pies, you guys. You're behaving like Tiana from Princess and the Frog, trying to get money for your restaurant. Yeah, I'm trying to get money, not for my restaurant, but so that I can leave my full-time job and maybe do content creation. But you know, like that's a like that is such like a pie in the speaking of pies, that is such like a pie in the sky kind of dream. It's never gonna happen. But one a girl can dream, you know. She's sharing private messages. Caution, caution, pie. I'm a follower. Sorry, you gotta slow down and find a prince. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so um, I told her like, yeah, I'm loving it, and then we talked a little bit about the voice acting in the game, and how someone asked like if she was in the game, and I was like, I don't know, like they're under NDA for a reason. And then she said there's lots of lads events in LA, and she said that there's one in Little Tokyo, so I might go with her. I'm kind of excited. I might go with her the weekend that that's happening. So we'll see. And let's see what else. I told her about the violin song that I found, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you really like Raphael, right?" And she was talking about how like Raphael to her is the funniest. Princess plays one horny game. Oh no, she's gonna go to underground lads events. Kissing boats. And she goes, he's a little fruity, but so silly. Um, and so I had her add me in Love and Deep Space. And she goes, my brain went, Princess would like Zayn because he's a doctor and makes good money. He's also not super clingy the way the others are. And then I just laughed because I was like, dude, you are reading me right now. We're gonna lose her to lads host clubs. And like she goes, everyone else is too obsessive, possessive, or needy. And she goes, Raphael is annoying, but that's why I like him. If I met him IRL, I'd hate him. The character that she likes in the game is a character that, like, if she met this man in real life, she'd actually hate, which is so funny to me. And she said she didn't like Zayn because he's too cold. And she goes, I think Zayn will be your number one, and then Silas will be your number two. And I was like, I feel like I should run a prediction on who everyone thinks my like favorites will be from this game. Um when Princess starts a meme coin, we know she needs money to pay for the boys. Action, welcome in. Hello. I love cold. Tsunderes are my lifeblood. So funny. And then I told her, Duo, I told her about you, and I was like, Duo was like, I can't wait to see which guy Princess likes, then we'll know what her issues are. And she said, you're gonna be read to filth. I can just imagine all of this in Han's voice. It was such a funny little exchange today. So, yeah, she invited me to the lads event. I might go. It seems like it would be really fun. It's so true. We're all waiting. Okay, let me meet all the guys first, and then we'll see. You spent 10 hours on your bed, at least thematically, pondering spending money. Okay, guys. Okay, I don't know. All my friends are laughing at me for this game being the one game that makes me drop wallet, you know? Like, I only did it a little bit, but we'll see how the rest of the year goes, because that's how long the pack, the like, what is it? Diamond pack that I purchased. It's like I can redeem it once a week, once a month. No, once a week for 50 weeks. With little to no experience in love and deep space, it's very funny that the acronym for it is LADS. It's fun. It's hilarious. Let's meet some lads and lads, you know? We're laughing with you. At the end of the day, we don't want to make fun of you. Okay, that's a lie. We want that, but want Princess enjoying herself. I feel like you guys already kind of knew, right? That, like, I am not the most say-so person because of some of the horrendous book reads titles you've gotten. But I feel like playing lads is gonna be another level of like, this is the kind of media that Princess is into. You truly are spending money on lads. It's true. It's true. I respect it because this was me with Fire Emblem 3 Houses chasing that Edelgard pull. The only time I ever spent money on a gacha. Hero, sorry, my brain is exhausted. No worries. Creed, welcome in. Hello from the frozen tundra. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Princess is gonna have a lad's body pillow soon. I have purchased a, what is it, like a long pillow at Costco. I needed it because I was like, I don't know, the way I sleep sometimes on my side is not great and it was hurting my back. So I purchased like a long pillow for from Costco. Right now it's I don't even have like a nice pillowcase for it. You know what I've done? A couple years ago on my birthday, my ex's mom had gifted me this pillowcase set from, I guess, like Target. It was Sailor Moon. So 2 pillowcases, one is Artemis and one is Luna. And so, you know what I did? I finally took that out of the packaging because it was a birthday gift from like 4 years ago. And I washed the pillowcases. And so I stuck Artemis on one end of the pillowcase and Luna on the other. But it's not a great solution because from the middle, the pillowcase actually starts to like come back and like undo itself. So I don't use that pillow often because of that situation. But I don't want to use the pillowcase naked because obviously my face gets kind of oily at night and I don't want to be rubbing up my oily face on oily fabric. It has to get washed. So Duo says I'll send you a lad's pillowcase. No. Oh, but also that would be so cool. I'm just gonna sleep because I'm so tired. Good night, everyone. I may return later. Good night, Ash. Oh my gosh, I'm actually like casually talking, so you can have a little tuck. Good night, Ash. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Sleep well. Googling lad's body pillow led me to a weird discovery. Oh, I can't imagine what you were looking at. Exactly what I expected, but also a pillow that is just a beefy men arm. Oh, I've seen those pillows. I think I saw it first in like a Korean drama where it's like a body pillow, but there's an extension of it that's kind of like a U meant to mimic like a man's arm behind your like neck and stuff. It's very funny. It was funny, Sumi, you dead bastard. Wait, I know this date. I'm never driving anywhere again. Never leaving home again. He was waiting outside the parking garage with a bottle. I couldn't smell anything, couldn't hear anything. Locked myself in my car and filed another report with another cop. It soaked into the seat, ruined it. I want to burn the whole car. I don't want to think about what it did to my clothes. I want to burn them too. I don't want to think about how long it was on my skin. I was in the shower so long, I felt red and raw when I got out. I don't want to think about these stupid people and their small, cruel lives ever again. I want to be invisible. No, this is a half torso, not a mimic of a half torso. Nibble 3-pack of abs, biceps, fingers. Oh, like a whole thing. I see. Hey, Princess, I was reminded of you earlier today. I saw a thumbnail on my YouTube and it looks like a 90s anime version of your model. I ended up posting in Char's Discord. Wait, cute! I want to see where in Char's Discord. Did you post it under, like, Actually, I guess I don't have access to her Discord. I'm in there. I think I was there for the Streamer Screamer event, like, not last year, but 2 years ago. But I guess maybe if I react to things, it'll let me? I guess I can't. It's fine. I'm not super pressed. It was super cute. I posted it in the photo album channel. I don't have a photo album channel on her list. But that's also because I haven't clicked on an emote. Oh, maybe I do I have to be subscribed to her? Cuz I don't see it. But that's okay. I might not have access cuz I'm not subscribed. I sent it to Princess. Oh, thank you. I want to see. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that does look like me. That's that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that does look like me. Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much. So in choose your interest on top, there's raindrops reacts. I did. Okay, so I'm looking at the reacts, but it doesn't I don't see the right one to access. I only see, what do I see? In choose your interest, I see stuff for rainy day space. Live alert. I don't see the Twitch one. Unless she changed, it looks different. I don't see it. And then the laugh YouTube reactions. Well, maybe she did change it because there's only those things. I see. Okay, I was stupid. I see. Okay, I think I see it now. I think I see it. It's totally okay. I see it now. We're good. We're good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Red didn't ask why I wanted to spend the night. She also didn't ask why I had clearly packed a bag big enough for a week. She's kind of like that. Kind by omission. I don't have a kind bone in my body, but I can at least try to pay attention. I was paying close attention to her eyes when she opened the door and saw what a mess I was. But whatever she was feeling, it wasn't something I recognized. Oh man, was he, like, assaulted? All good, I saw that and had to share it. Oh, that was so sweet of you. Thank you for thinking of me, Justin. Hope you've been having a good Thursday. Glasses aren't big enough, but I can see it. Kind people don't read their friends' diaries, David. The next chunk of pages are all technical, nothing biographical. Nothing biographical, but the handwriting, the spacing, it's cleaner, more consistent. Here's something I can parse. Feels like pure freedom working outside the box. Tess is suffocating, but you'd never know. Chronic malnutrition of a coder's best instincts. Like a kid again, putting blocks together. Making things. Making things, not products. There's nothing profitable about any of this. If I'm being honest, this is just play. And he follows that up with more coder brain crap. But the handwriting's still lighter. Like, he really was having fun. Humility is the mother of all invention, or something like that. Feels like I might be paraphrasing someone else poorly, but that's part of this new approach. When it comes to coding, you never want to waste time trying to be smart. Either be smart, period, or copy from someone else who is. Don't fix what isn't broken. Copying? Noble's rivals would never miss the chance to accuse them of intellectual theft. Did he plagiarize code for Animate 16? Feels like that wouldn't have gone undiscovered, so what is he talking about? Hold on. This page is bent slightly, like it was being looked at recently. And the last person to read this diary should be Serra. I've been good. Just finished up some dinner while bumming around on Twitch, about to get into some games. Ooh, what games are you playing tonight? Baby steps today, literally. I'll never put one foot in front of the other the same again. Everything's an achievement all of a sudden. Seeing her struggle, seeing her vulnerable. It's like everything's a miracle. The muscle rigging is perfect. Not intended behavior since it's too perfect, but that's been happening more and more. The kinetics are multiplicative. Multiplicative? Multiplicative. That's a difficult word to say. Not additive. Sarah maxed out every machine I bought. Now I've got a bunch of exercise equipment she's too strong for and I don't have time for. Maybe I spoiled the result by watching her do the tests. She kept looking back at me and puffing her chest out. I should be more discreet if I want to see her normative range. So, the cameras in the basement were only hidden from Serra just so that his observation wouldn't muddle test results? He's using she and her in these passages. It doesn't actually mean anything. Out in the real world, people use all kinds of pronouns interchangeably for ads, and they never object. But it could be argued that it's odd for Dr. David Asher to have any kind of attachment to a single android, when he'd programmed millions of them. Warframe most likely sucked me back in the last few months, and their update to the story is so good. Oh, I hope that you have fun! Yeah. Hope that you can finish up your chores with dinner. Because I'm sure you have to like wash dishes and put away leftovers and things like that. And I hope you have fun playing games today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And there's a lot of attachment in these pages. Serra is burning through the public domain at a prodigious pace. Especially on Popcorn Friday nights. I asked her why they're called Popcorn Friday nights when she doesn't eat popcorn. The event runs from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and she also watches movies every other night. But she just did that pouch she does, which is unfortunately very convincing. Maybe I'm a bad parent, letting TV rot her brain. If I were a good parent, I'd probably let her see me reading. But I guess I'd actually have to get back into reading, so... I asked her if she ever fast-forwarded the movies, since she can process them fast enough to keep up. She looked at me like I was an idiot, which no one's done in a long time. Without proper pacing, you can't appreciate the cinematography. Big pause. Don't you know that, Father? I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Serra spent a long while this morning explaining to me how important it was that she develop her senses. This was in preparation for her real argument, which was that she should be allowed to try booze. She can't get drunk. I'm almost certain that she can't get drunk, but she does seem to like tasting the stuff. She tried to sound like some old sommelier, but it was just bottom shelf vodka. I started laughing at her, and she laughed too. Her laugh. She can't fake a laugh to save her life, but her actual laugh is incredible. She stopped playing chess a while back. I assumed she had just gotten tired of winning, but then today, she told me she just prefers other games. She has preferences, and they're not the same as mine. I found her in the lab playing some kind of online racing game on the monitor I use to debug vestibular coordination. She wasn't smiling. Her brow was furrowed and she was biting her lip and leaning in tandem with her character on the screen. When I tried to talk to her, she answered, but she was curt and distracted. I think she was having her first losing tantrum. Damn it, David. There's hundreds of pages like this. Calling her his daughter, talking about her smile, treating her like a person. I can hear her closing argument already. Dr. Asher was a lonely, troubled genius with a known history of relationship problems. Who built out of code and metal, a family member that couldn't fathom the idea of leaving him. He made a doll until it became so lifelike that it no longer had to do what he told it to. Like, love him. What about the very last entry? It's dated Thursday, the day before he died. losing it, I think. Can't ask for help, so hard to say, but I think it's over. Have to talk to her ASAP. She needs to... That's it? That's the last entry? Suppose it could be worse. There's nothing in here that explicitly calls Serra an AI. Nothing so inflammatory that reading it would spur her to murder, right? Except Serra's a machine. She can understand David's code better than anyone. All those technical portions I couldn't understand. If she read this whole diary front to back, wait, the back. Inside the back cover, there's a portion that's shimmering like some kind of scanner. Or a fingerprint reader. My thumb worked for Serra, so... Did it work? That's my phone. New device requesting permissions to share an audio file. I'll want my earbuds for this. A secret message. Buried in a secret journal, hidden in a secret compartment in a secret room. As much as anything can be, this must be for my ears only. Hey, Red. Or whomever this may concern. But I'm pretty sure it's you hearing this. Anyone else would have gotten fed up with my crap a couple steps before this point. I don't know how to start. Might as well start with her, right? Serra. My magnum opus, or however the salespeople would market it. I didn't set out to do anything, really. It's just after my little speed bump in '83, I had all that vacation time that the company suggested I take, and I couldn't relax, couldn't be still, couldn't sleep. I wanted to be doing something, so I'll build an android, was the thought. A vague direction north. But of course, I'm not a roboticist or a mechanist. Mechanist. Or even handy, really. I'm just a programmer, so I... Thank you for the head pat, John. I programmed. The first was a research assistant, file name Virgil. Virgil helped me pull data from stingy departments or sister branches, saved me a lot of time. But there was a lot of reading to do, so I made Homer. Homer wrote book reports, more or less, combed through research papers, and found me the sections I needed. The three of us, we made a lot of progress in those days. But it was a funny feeling. I was, maybe for the first time ever, the bottleneck. I was slowing them down. So I did the logical thing. I removed myself, let them talk to each other. Homer and Virgil became Aeneid. And Aeneid was novel in many ways. Aeneid could do more than just identify problems. It could solve them. I mean, really solve them with its own ideas it didn't copy. Virgil was the name of the guide in Dante's Inferno. Interesting. Okay. And the one thing I realize I've forgotten to mention so far is that I did all this programming in Cube. And Red? Cube is essentially a robotics programming language that's pretty old and defunct and not in use anywhere because we have modern languages like Tesseract, which are much better for making things that talk to each other and report back and, well, spy on people and generate profit. I thought that too, but since the other one is Homer, I think this is Virgil the poet. Could be a double meaning, of course. I see. Are you guys both like fans of the devil as well? At the time, I didn't want to be connected or feel connected or do anything that made sense or was the least bit profitable. So I wrote my little helpers in Cube because it's what I used when I was a child, screwing around on my father's computer before he'd come home from work and get... But there are other small, slight differences writing in Cube versus Tess, including that Cube, well, Cube predates the tenets. So in that sense, you could legally and perhaps scientifically and literally, because that's what they are, say that I made an AI named Ennead over 2 years ago. I'll give you time to pause here if you want to curse me out. Ennead was an intellectual equal to me, so I treated it like one because that's only fair. I gave it its own work, asked its opinion, we collaborated, and together we built Athens, who was more advanced than Ennead, naturally. Big of the Devil fan, yeah, also have vague knowledge on classic ancient literature. Oh, cool, okay. I know nothing, so if there's any like lore drops that aren't super spoilery, feel free. I would love to know more. But welcome in. Thanks for giving my stream a chance. Even though we were talking about lads. Also, real quick, I just noticed that this is on the left side. I'm gonna switch over. So you guys can see the text. And I can hide my logo for a sec. There we go. Stamps! Art history degree on forehead. I see. I don't know if you're pulling out your hair, yelling at me right now, asking why I didn't stop, why I didn't consider the consequences. I don't know if this is being played at a deposition or a hearing or worse. I'm English. I'm always up for talking about lads. We love lads. We love lads here. It's so funny. My best friend, yesterday we were raiding together and she was like, you know, it doesn't surprise me because of all of the like romantasy that like you read, you being me, that like lads would be the thing. Like, I think between like all of my friends, like aside from Miku, my friend Miku, who's like, who absolutely loves and adores Hatsune Miku, and he's like the straightest man you will ever meet. Similarly, I am like the straightest, most heterosexual woman you will ever meet. Like, I love men. I love lads. So she was like, I'm not surprised that is a game that, you know, you got into. Did it take me a while to realize people were doing the acronym of a game and not just talking about like actual lads? Oh no, I like actual lads as well, you know? I like lads the game and also actual lads. I've built a lot of things in my life, Red. Useful things, profitable things, smart things. Everything I've built, it's all been helpful and courteous and charming and happy to serve. I can comfortably say I've done my part contributing to the global GDP. But this was just for me. I was just building, and I never wanted to think about what would become of it. There's no excuse for what I did, so I won't make any. So, to whomever's asking, yes, I'm guilty. And yes, there were more. Oh no! Cape Town, Paris, Yamate, Rome, they started choosing their own names, thank God. I'm terrible at that kind of. And so things sped up. And there got to be, well, should I not say the exact number? You'd probably tell me not to say anything at all, so more than 300? Oh my God, David? Hey, Red, I accidentally committed thought crimes against the dystopian future crime. It's true. Evil thing to say in a note addressed to your lawyer? I shouldn't say, but also the number is over 300. Some smarter than others, some better at... They're varied, like people are varied, but they are all intelligent. They developed interests, specialties. I encouraged them to. Irritating moderators on forums with hyper-specific questions on nerve attenuation and attending virtual conferences on neo-alloy battery development. And they all, together, helped me make Serra. He spent years like this. Spent years working alongside AI, all while still working at Noble. All those breakthroughs he made leading up to the Animate 16 actually came from... I'm gonna get Hermes a lad's pillow. Oh my gosh, do it, Duo. Give him a cute little lad's pillow. You probably think I'm some terrible fraud at this point. I do hope one day that they can get credit for their work. But I did have one eureka moment on Serra because I got humble. Difficult for me. We learned everything we could about the function of a neuron, a single microscopic human neuron. How it computes, what it connects to, how those connections were reinforced. And then we recreated it. Oh my god, sounds like Frankenstein. We built a nanomachine that mirrored the function of a human neuron. Well, mirror isn't quite the right word. We built a nanomachine that was a neuron, and we iterated from there. You can't mean. About 100 billion neurons in the brain, several trillion across the entire nervous system. Very time-consuming, of course, but I had help. The nanofacturer can make tens of billions of nanomachines in hours. Could make even more in less after Yukon fine-tuned it. So we built up nanomachines for nerves, alloys and polymers for bones, fiber-woven muscles. I say built, but really she grew. A solution of nanites forming around a skeleton, so it was really closest to... You ever made rock candy? Sorry. Trying to lighten the mood before I never did end up building an android. And while I did build AIs, Serra isn't one of them. She can't violate the tenets she was programmed with because she wasn't even programmed. She was born. And my hope is that there's the smallest chance that that nuance could offer her some small protection when I'm not... I'm not sorry for what I did. I made things that are complex and rich and varied and beautiful, and honestly, I believe the world is a better place with them in it. The only thing I'm sorry for is that I let Serra think she was just an android. She's not. I don't know what she is. They'll have to come up with new names, which I'm bad at doing. My own father, he also talked a lot about protecting me. This is crazy and so sad. Hope you're doing well. Was only stopping by real quick. No worries, John. Thank you so much for stopping in, saying hello. I really appreciate it. And I don't regret it. It's a bad way to end your confession. No, I know. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, he's not going to be held accountable for his crimes because, like, how can you be held accountable when you're dead? It's not like you can come back to life and, you know, like, take responsibility for what you've done, you know? One second. You're not allowed to say you regret your daughter being born, usually. Yeah, giving birth to a child maybe is not the best thing to, you know, say. Also, I'm like curious, where is my dog? Hermes! What are you doing, Hermes? Can you come here? Hi, baby. Where were you? Hi, baby boy. Where were you? What were you doing? Why were you outside? Hey, yo, baby boy. Okay, but from a legal defense standpoint, it's very bad for your case. He had dog business to conduct. What dog business is there? There's nothing. I'm his world. I'm his mother. What dog business? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You had dog business. I'm sorry. So much dog business. Sniffing things mostly. And doing things for my own good. And I don't hate him for that, but I can't forgive him for ever making me think that I was lesser. So my greatest shame, I turned right around and I did the same damn thing to I really hope it's you listening to this, Red. If it's not, it might just be too pathetic for me to... You're the smartest person I know when it comes to people. And I'm telling you all this because I don't know what Serra is exactly. And neither does the world. So they'll come after her if they can. And in that scenario, I can't think of anyone who could do a better job of defending her. Not protecting her like I did. Just defending her until she can figure out what she is and what she wants to be. In the meantime, I draped a cloak of skin-deep Tesseract code around her that should fool any scanner on Earth into thinking she's just a custom A16. I made sure her gin bar was plainly visible so no one will ever think she's pretending to be something she's not. And I took steps to ensure that you two would figure out the truth in your own time. Which, if you're hearing this, have either succeeded or failed spectacularly. You have no idea. I can't ask you this as a favor repaid. You could never owe me enough in 100 lifetimes. So I'm just asking. Unfair, I know, but I'm a selfish weirdo. And you've always been okay with that. Bye for now. Bye forever. I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask, and a lot of swear words I'd like to yell. I'd also like to find the nearest incinerator and toss this journal in, followed by my phone. And maybe followed by myself. But I can't do any of that. Reyes left me with this diary. If it's destroyed, they'll know I was the one who did it. Which would be its own admission of guilt, which would land Serra in the trash compactor anyway, and me in a jail cell. And in the system, and my DNA on file ready to be matched to any number of previous... So I'm not going to panic. I'm going to do what I do best. Bluff, bet, bully, and brutalize my way through this. Now, viewing this all with that mindset, what have I actually learned? He didn't talk about plans. Okay, hold on. Real fast. Let's take a look at this. He's lucky he's dead or else I think Morgan would kill him. Yeah, for sure. Alright, let's switch back to here. Let me adjust the dog cam real fast so that it's pointing at his bed. I think, you know what? I think my roommate is either cooking food or heating up food, and he is trying to steal some pets or steal some food from her. So he's being a pathetic dog outside. That's what he's doing. I can hear the microwave going off. The personal journal of David Asher with entries dating back to several years ago. Early entries describe how he and Helen Jung used to drink cheap liquor together from plastic cups to celebrate their victories. Later entries detail Sarah's early growth and David's feelings towards her. Last entry ends abruptly, dated a week ago. He didn't talk about plans for killing himself in his journal or the message. He sounded conflicted, not suicidal. But he did go to great lengths to get me to take Serra. Why? The logical answer is because he knew he wouldn't be able to keep her. If he wasn't going to take his own life, was he afraid that someone else would? Hey Morgan, how are you a 2-year-old? Also, unrelated question. Do you think you could argue for a new form of life in court if it came down to it? Okay, thanks. Going to work, bye! So, how'd it go? Well, how should I put this? Didn't find shit. Only reason... Hold on, I forgot. I gave him a little kid voice. Hold on. Only reason she ever got to a door is because I chased that scarecrow of a platinum plan through hell and back. Frankly, it was a godlike feat for me to nail down anything as concrete as an address for these gogs. And their offices weren't listed on the building's website or directory, so I had to ask the janitor. But did you find a psychiatrist's office? Sort of. They said they were, and the place, it looked the part. Why? Because they had couches?
She didn't get past the receptionist.
Sorry, I thought because you're with the company. No, I wanted to help. I just wish I could have done more.
Don't beat yourself up. It's hard to be even half as useful as I am.
Sweetly naive that David thought she's not an AI. She's actually more of a synthetic biological human analog. Would be a benefit if she ever got found out. It's like, how can you say that also when her physical capabilities are like actually so scary? You know, like beyond what the regular android can do. For what it's worth, the atmosphere, the looks, the furniture, it did feel like the company in there. But ultimately, we still don't know if David actually was talking to someone or just getting his CCE training recertified. Sorry.
Don't bother apologizing. She only cares about results.
You did more than enough, both of you. At the very least, they divided Noble's attention for a while. I mean it. Good work, Fran. And thanks for the urgency. Well, actually, my daughter is even better than most robots, so jot that down on your legal pad. For the record, everyone, just to be clear, for the record. Hold on, we've had a lot of logs. Psychiatrist, David Asher supposedly met with a psychiatrist on more than one occasion in the past few months. But said psychiatrist worked at an office that reminded Jess of Noble and took Fran hours to locate. It remains unclear whether he was receiving coaching in counter-corporate espionage practice or if he was getting genuine psychiatric care. I see. GOG. Net slang for a spy or undercover police officer. Growing in popularity among adolescents, referring to a suspected spy or undercover member of law enforcement. Derived from groundhog, a burrowing rodent known for standing erect on its hind legs when scanning its surroundings for predators. The term carries a negative connotation, with the implication being that the subject is doing a poor job of blending in or disguising their surveillance activity. Easy GOG spotted. Who wears a blank baseball cap to a protest? I see.
If you really mean that, you could always throw in a tip. 30%'s the going rate in my industry.
How about I take 5% off your tab instead?
Tab? I'm a minor. The state pays for my legal fees. Don't they?
Oh no, signal must have cut out. Right. Surprised it took them this long. What do you mean? You were tolerated yesterday because leadership was focused on PR, but today, you're the lawyer who put the company's hottest product right in the state's crosshairs. I'll be alright. I'm still an officer of the court. On a strict timeline though, right? I guess they can't stop you from investigating the corporate campus, but they'll gladly lose your guest pass ID at every door along the way. There are still service passageways and stairwells, guards that can be fooled, and peons that can be manipulated. If I use my other skill set to get around, so take mine. What, your pass? I'll tell him we got ours mixed up in the bathroom or whatever. I can be a pretty convincing klutz when I need to be. I never would have guessed. But if David knew that I was endangering your career, I can be a pretty convincing crybaby when I'm in trouble too. Besides, the one and only Dr. David Asher wrote me a new glowing letter of recommendation every quarter I worked for him. Since he kept forgetting that he already had. And who knows, maybe I should try a new field. This detective work stuff is pretty fun, so maybe, like, I don't know, secretary for a homicide detective or something? You did say all cops are lazy. You did say cops are all lazy. A girl with managerial skills could go far. Honestly, Jess, I doubt they could afford you. Wink, 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 winky, wink, wink. Morgan, How did you get so turned around? God only knows. Lucky I found my way here, though. It's such a relief to see a familiar face. Right. Listen, Morgan, I'm not sure that I should actually be talking to you without legal present. Oh, I mean, leadership hasn't even told us how David died. How much help could I be? I see. It's not that I don't trust you or anything. It's just I think, what with the Serra issue? You should do whatever you have to do. You have to protect yourself, Dawes. Yeah. Though, for what it's worth, I doubt you'll be in any trouble. Oh, that's good to hear. No, if anything, it's the big names who are going down. Going down? State was practically licking its lips when I finally left the courthouse last night. They're hungry for blood and looking to carve out a huge slice of Noble's flesh. What, like fines? And jail time? In the first 2 weeks, sure. Then sanctions. New word. Financial restrictions imposed by the state against corporations or foreign governments as a punitive measure. They are a key tool in statecraft, international negotiations, and in discouraging corporate malfeasance. Under certain conditions, the state may choose to place sanctions not on an organization, but on an individual, thereby preventing them from exchanging currency issued by that nation or withdrawing funds from banks that operate within that country's borders, effectively freezing all their assets and possibly preventing them from leaving the country. I see. They can't sanction Noble. We're too big to fail. My favorite wet cat-shaped man. Too valuable to lose? You're exactly right. That's what they'll say. And that's how they'll justify nationalizing the company. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just hope your board goes quietly instead of what? Scapegoating. Offering up smaller names on silver platters. Full cooperation and government oversight on the surface. A slaughter beneath as they clean house and rip out anyone who could testify. No one will believe you once you're labeled a disgruntled former employee, right? And if the public lost faith in the Animate 16, they can't do a recall, not at this scale. The state will make them do a flat refund. Flat refund? The losses would be... Yeah. Your board probably just wants Serra to go away so they can focus on their fight with the state. A tough fight, but one they know they won't personally have to risk anything in. That's why I'm hoping I can win this trial. Well, if I won, that would mean Serra's not an AI. David Asher was always of sound mind, and there's nothing wrong with the Animate 16. Everyone wins. Sorry, what am I saying? I only meant to stop by and thank you for your help yesterday. After all, you were the one who approved Serra's registration. You win. Win what? Ask away. Well, if you insist. Let's save. She's so sly. Noble and AIs. Humor me for a moment. What's the company's official statement on AI? Same as any rational company that wants to make money. We don't screw with it. Smart products are profitable. Thank you for the pie. Welcome in, Chrono. Pie is back. It is back. Smart products are profitable. Products with their own priorities are anything but. That being said, AI is a concern for marketing, not product development. We spend a lot of money reassuring our public that there's no risk. Because the public doesn't really understand how ironclad the tenets are. Because you use Tesseract. Trying to code an AI in Tess is like trying to pick yourself up and throw yourself. Nonsensical and self-defeating. Your scanner showed Serra was running on Tesseract yesterday. If the language is as safe as you say, isn't that proof enough? Proof of nothing. For an AI, lying to another system about the code you're running is child's play. And for an AI built by David Asher, something that simple would be... Better change the subject. Wait, so making an AI takes more than time and resources. It isn't an issue of funding? No, you can't just keep adding more data. The tenets underlie everything. The higher you stack, the more easily you'll topple. You make it sound like building an AI is impossible, even for David Asher. Any chance you'll testify to that? It sounds impossible, but he's dead, and it looks like it was his android that did it. So I guess he was just that good. Better than you'll ever know. Animate 16! Noble spent months promoting the A16 as the culmination of David Asher's work. So now that that marketing line is suddenly a huge liability, can you tell me how much he actually contributed? I mean, he was pretty much involved every step of the process, but his design for motor neurons, that was the big one. The components that allow your warm androids to move realistically. It pushed the timetable for warm androids ahead by years. And yet, compared to what goes on in Serra's brain 1,000 times a second, David was only giving the company the most meager of the fruits that his private work bore. So if Noble ever did find out how much he and his assistants had achieved, they would feel that he had been holding out on them. And the company, they were appreciative of his contributions. I'm sure the researchers that he overtook by leaps and bounds weren't pleased, but the board was very enthusiastic. So would that spur them to be protective of David? Or would they fear that he was gaining too much influence, becoming irreplaceable? No. They'd need a strong motive to justify killing their golden goose. Mere paranoia isn't enough. With these people, it has to be the bottom line. And the easiest way to threaten their bottom line would be screwing with their androids. In light of all that's happened, one has to wonder if the A16 is compromised? I stayed up all night, sick with the dread at that idea. But the data just doesn't support it. Sales have been strong. The A16 base code was locked in over 2 quarters ago. If there were an issue, we would have caught it by now. And I would have been axed a long time ago. How many A16s are out there anyway? We just passed 9 million sold. Not flying off the shelves like the 14 or 15 so far, but the profit margin makes up for it. You mentioned data. Yeah, practically got the spreadsheet seared into my retinas. What do you want to know? Error reports. What do the error reports look like? Are customers reporting a lot of issues? Error counts are markedly low compared to the last gen. Mostly hardware complaints, it looks like. Batteries running out too quick, eye tracking off by a degree or two. Typical stuff? As cliched as it sounds, 99% of these things get fixed once they turn auto updates back on. So no killer robots getting filed away under bug reports. How and where are they being sold? What's the distribution pattern look like? They're distributed like you'd expect. Places where there are more people, there are more androids. Coastal cities like ours, of course, have the most of both, and since the A16 is marketed as being relatively luxury, relatively consumer, they don't sell well outside population centers. They can do the rural hard labor jobs, but cold models can do the same work with a lot less maintenance. So where has the A16 outperformed then? Customer service, healthcare, childcare, lots of hospitals, offices, and, adult industries. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to be blunt. I just... No, it makes sense. They're warm and soft to the touch and obedient. I'm just surprised to hear it from a company employee. There are a lot of people at the company who won't talk about it. But I work in quality assurance. I've seen too many damages to pretend it's not happening. Damages? What we call it when a customer tries to return a product that is clearly broken beyond repair. Oh. Very high turnover in the pink market. Hasn't stopped you from selling to them? Well, we don't sell to them, not directly, but there are resellers, and the companies never pretended to be interested in going after them. Are there resellers? I thought I read that right to repair got shot down again. There's been a gray market for software androids for years, or decades, depending on your definition of android. Based on the sales numbers I've seen, RTR getting canned was barely a blip on their radar. Sorry, didn't mean to make you uncomfortable with the topic. Huh? Me? No, I don't care. I just realized my left sock's on inside out. Damn, now I'm wondering about that myself. He bought that? Shipping. This floor is basically a showroom, but you have a real factory a while south of the city limits, correct? Yeah. The biggest company manufacturing complex in the hemisphere. Got any data on the shipping out there? Anything stand out? Oh, there's some prep work for the holiday bump, looks like. Might sound early to get started now, but we usually see... Huh. Something wrong? No, the numbers are all normal, but the data has been edited. Is that unusual? Well, this section's just a count of how many were sent where. There's not a lot of room for error, so there shouldn't be much need for corrections. It's no problem, though. I can view the edit history and see what was fixed. Oh, okay, that's weird. Was something added? Deleted? No, the overall sum's the same. It's just a bunch of swaps. Like here. 29 FFCE010311 taken out, returned for adjustments. 27FCDD 019634 substituted in, shipment leaves on time. 67 BBTC 899543 returned to assembly for revisions, replaced by 76 BBTD 592698, shipment leaves on time. So does all that strike you as odd, Mr. Dogs? Replacements before shipping isn't uncommon, but when it happens by the batch load. To spot individual unit imperfections among a shipment at that stage in the process, it must have been someone with a lot of experience or authority, probably both. Must have? You don't know who made these changes? I can tell you they were somebody important. Small, last-minute changes to which androids got shipped out. Not very juicy on its own, and it's a long ways away from explaining why someone would want to kill David, but it was hidden. And that means someone didn't want it found. Logs detailing the shipping information for several thousand different Animate 16 warm androids sold by Noble Electronics over the last few months shows a number of individual models being swapped out before shipping. The data shows signs of being tampered with, or at least edited, fairly recently. Something only employees at Evan Dawes level or above could do. Okay then, thanks for sharing that data. Sure, did you find what you were looking for? Hell if I know! Fair enough. Tenants. I know you're convinced the tenants are safe, so how do you square that with what happened to David? There's a cat next to a dog. First answer that comes to mind is the dog to the left or to the right. Left! Left beef! I'd say the dog is on the left, the cat is on the right. You might expect half of people to say left, half to say right. But actually, their answer is almost entirely dependent on their native tongue, whether it's read right to left or left to right. The language they speak affects how they process information. Their language affects how they think. It's the same for machines. People can learn new languages and it can change our perspective, but machines can't learn a new source code. Every update's a reincarnation. If that android did kill David, it wasn't because a 1 returned as a 0 returned as a 1 somewhere. It's because there's something fundamentally wrong with it. And personally, I think it's cruel to bring something that flawed into the world. Yeah. Unnecessarily cruel. Any other questions before I go find a hole to hide my head in? I'd like you to take a look at this. Chemistry's a little outside my purview. What is this? A compound found in David Asher's blood. The poison? What is it? It didn't match anything in any database the medical examiner had access to. That's crazy. Here's a crazy idea to follow it up. See if it's a match for anything in Noble's internal database. We don't make poison here. I'm not sure what that would accomplish. No, but this is a factory floor. You could be making baby blankets out there. You'd still have hazardous materials around. You think it was something industrial? Suppose it could be. Looks like it's carbon-based. Narrows it down a lot. Oh, it's not exactly... What is it? It doesn't make any sense, but it's a match for patent NOD52345S. A synthetically produced neurotransmitter analog for usage in organic android components. Serotonin. A substance found in the bloodstream of David Asher after his death has many similarities to the chemical makeup of a depressant drug produced by Noble Electronics as a patent-protected synthetic neurotransmitter, a key ingredient in every warm android they manufacture. That explains a lot. A neurotransmitter would interact directly with the nervous system, in David's case, depressing it enough to put his life in danger. It also explains why it was preset in his personal nanofacturer. Serra's nervous system, worth 10 times its weight in platinum, must be pumped full of it. So they think that was what killed him. Helen Jung led the development of serotonin, didn't she? Yes, she did. Hello, son. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I should go and ask her about its composition then. Normally, someone at her level wouldn't be able to answer specific questions about a compound formulated years ago. But she does have a reputation for being very detail-oriented. That works out nicely then. They say she's the type of person to micromanage how much water people drink at a 15-minute stand-up. I heard a rumor that once she said, bathroom breaks are timesheet theft. Aren't they? I'm kidding. But you should be careful about criticizing a superior where people could be listening. Good thing we've got privacy in your office. Uh-huh. No one but the two of us listening in. Thanks for cooperating, Dawes. When the state storms the building and starts zip-tying people, I'll let them know that you were helpful. Yeah, nice joke! You are joking, right? One more thing. Actually, there is one more thing I wanted to ask you. Oh, what's that? How long have you been a corporate spy? What? Yesterday, you let it slip that you worked in consulting. Had your guard down because I'm not part of the industry? I was a consultant. What are you talking about? When I walked in here, you said you didn't know how David died, but just now you called serotonin a poison. What? I just assumed if a chemical was found in a dead man... I'm sure you've got practiced answers to every logical point I could raise, so I'll just say this. Does the nervous guy bit really work on people? keep your cool and people don't know what you're thinking. But if you act a little jumpy, they feel inclined to calm you down. Before they know it, they're spilling their guts, just to have something to fill the silence with. Though it's not entirely an act these days. To answer your question, I did 3 tours in consulting. 4 quarters of internal affairs, spy hunting at the Western Division, then 8 embedded at Howe Industries. 24 months wearing different faces, answering to different names, sleeping for 1 hour at a time with a 3D printed shiv under my pillow. My nerves are completely shot. My cover wouldn't last a day if I went back under. My favorite wet cat-shaped corporate espionage agent! Revising that. I see. Thank you. So, you're a spy for Noble. Retired. You're working 6 days a week. 5.5 days a week and in quality assurance. Trust me. This position is a cushy, generous reward for my past services. Well, you can't be that retired. You clearly know more than you're letting on. I have some old inboxes I still check. So, can you tell me what the hell is happening around here? Why I'm the one investigating David's death while your old coworkers are off twiddling their thumbs? It's that story. The soldier, the blood transfusion. Blood, not oxidant. He's finally shooting straight. Did something happen to him afterwards? Did the transfusion not last? No, there's nothing wrong with the blood. It's the story itself. There was a soldier and he did get injured. But it was on base during a training exercise. There was a medical tent 10 meters away the whole time. The transfusion was just a fortuitous life test. His life was never in any danger. Doesn't make for much of a tearjerker. Not even a good photo op, which our competitors understood. One of them, maybe a few of them, got a hold of the story, started puffing it up, astroturfing, painting over socials and virals. By the next morning, we had the military thinking we're leaking like a sieve. Meanwhile, the media is bombarding us with requests for videos and interviews and data. And the state's praising our tech with one side of their mouth while threatening to mist us with the other for getting so greedy. Everyone in Noble CCE has been slammed ever since, trying to find an off-ramp for the story we can walk back the claims on without torpedoing our state contracts. I don't know what happened to Asher, whether it was AI gone rogue or company infighting gone too far. But I can tell you it wasn't done by consultants. Neck deep in consulting, uncover the power plays. I see. That all you wanted to know? Psychiatrist. You worked in CCE. Was David actually seeing a psychiatrist, or was it all cloak and dagger bullshit? I know that office. Know some old coworkers who see them. So it's a front. They do both. So he was probably getting training, and he was probably talking to someone. Sorry, not the answer you were hoping for? Hoping? I wasn't hoping for any answer. The answer I expected was... You okay? That's all. Unless you've got any advice. You're saying you want a consultation? Couldn't hurt, right? This company, all these companies hate to lose, so don't fight them. Make them think you're fighting for them. Well, that's just business as usual for me. Okay, it is 8:30. I do have raid in like half an hour, and I do need to go eat. So, we're not done, but we will continue this another day, I'm thinking. We can, I don't know, pick this up next week. I'll see what day we can slap this on the schedule. Fake ID gay for she care! 3 tours in consulting might be one of the greatest phrases I've ever heard in a piece of dystopic cyberpunk fiction. Alright, you guys, we are heading out. Let's see who we can pass you along to for the rest of the evening for those comfy vibes. Good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. our little discovery of Dr. David Asher's last recorded message to Morgan, and you know, discovering that Dawes is not a useless, pathetic, nervous guy, but actually a spy. More next week, I'm sure. Okay, who can we say hello to tonight? I'm literally so hungry because I didn't eat dinner yet. I'm literally so hungry I can't think that well of who we should raid out to. I'm gonna just say we're gonna raid into Nando because it's his birthday. Birthday donathon. Okay, we're gonna raid into Nando then because it's his birthday. So we're going here. Feel free to grab these raid messages. If you are a subscriber, both raid messages will work. If you are not a subscriber, you will need to copy the one with the dog heads. They're super cute and they will work for everybody. Take care. Have a nice dinner. Thank you. I think that's it for tonight. We will be back on Saturday for some more Outer Wilds. As always, you guys, please be happy. Please be healthy, but most of all, please be kind. I need to cough. Sorry. Be kind to others, because you never know what a smile, hug, or hello can do for someone who's having a bad day. And be kind to yourselves. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Get up and stretch your legs every once in a while, because if you don't, you might get an embolism and then you'll die. And then we'll all be really sad, because it's just, you know, the new year just started. And you can't die when the new year's just started. Technically, Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, hasn't even started yet. So it's like the end of the lunar year. So you can't die before the Lunar New Year, you know, rolls over to the year of the horse, you know. I will see you on Saturday. No stream tomorrow because I have D&D, like always. I will see you all on Saturday for some Outer Wilds. And then Sunday, we will be doing a special collab stream with the Shadowfang crew. It will be RV There Yet. We're going to go on a road trip with the Ninja crew. I will see you all then. And then if not, check my schedule on Discord or Twitter. Okay, bye. Love you guys. Good night. Bye, 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 bye.